Well, good morning. Got a nice guitar in today. Again from another local band, a local metal band called Incinery. Guitarist Chris Kenny. He's got a lovely guitar. Never had one of these in. ESP, not a limited, an ESP. ESP standard series. Don't know anything about the guitar really. Don't know the model. Camo somewhere, obviously. Neck through, beautiful. Seymour Duncan. Black Arts originally came with EMGs, from what I was told. Original Floyd Rose, 1 volume, 3-way. There you go. What more do you need when you play metal? Everything we go with everything on full virtually anyway, so you don't need a lot of controls here. Lovely looking guitar. In for a fret level and polish. That's it. That's simple. Don't need to set up. Blah blah blah. Which is going to have to get one anyway, because if I'm restringing it, which I am, I'm going to set Floyd Rose up. So no problem. Don't need to charge any extra for that. Pretty straightforward job, beautiful looking guitar. And again, I love working with local musicians, local bands. Band like Incinery, I think they took a hiatus for a couple of years. They were going to play, when I reformed Concrete Socks a few years ago, they were going to come and play at our reunion gig. That never actually happened. You know all about Concrete Socks thing, where the new vocalists were fucking us about that much, and I spent that much money trying to get everything all back together, and it costed too much, and it just didn't work out, so I cancelled that, which was a shame. It would have been a great gig. Incinery would have played, you would have got English Dogs, Gisborne's English Dogs, you've got Concrete Socks, and a few other, Thousand Scars were going to play I think, and a few other local bands. Would have been a great thing, but it didn't happen. Anyway, so, Incinery, flying the flag for British metal again. This decade, as we were back in the 80s there, so that's good to see. Love working with local bands, like I say. One of his favourite guitars, Chris tells me. So we're going to get it all ship-shape Bristol fashion, get it all fixed up, and you know, and see how we go on with it. So what I'll do is I'll get it on my jig there, get the strings off, get the Floyd Rose off, get it all taped up, and we'll get a fret level done. I'll come back later when I've got it on my jig, and job's a good one. See you soon. Right, campers, back with this ESP camo on the. I've got it all jigged up now. I'm going to move out of the way so you can see what's going off. Got it all jigged up now. We've got the dial zeroed out. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and you get a better idea of where we're at. So, I've not got it concentrated just on the neck, but you take the word for it. We've got it all supported. We're just going to bring in these rods. I'm going to bring them into position. So we've got the neck fully supported, like so. Which we have. Once we've got them in position, bring them into place. We're just going to zero out the dials again. That was zeroed out on that one, zeroed out on that one. Right, that's it. We've got it all supported on the steel rods. It's not going anywhere. I can guarantee the neck's level and straight. I've already checked it. Middle, back, front, been across with the fret locker. Down here we're all okay. We've got one high fret on the 4th here. It's when you get up here, when you get to 13, round about 11, 12, 13, 13's really high. You've got 3 or 4 more up here, all different heights. That one's terrible, 13, so I'm not surprised it's choking out up here. Again, these are all rocking here. So what we're going to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to take off the tops of these frets. I'm going to go across with the levelling beam. I ain't got it out of the box yet, so take it with it. You know all about it. You know how this works. I'm going to get the levelling beam out, because there are only about 4 frets here that are high, but they're not just a little bit high, they're really high. So, you know, I'd have thought we could have got that fixed without doing a complete fret level everywhere. We could have just dressed a few frets, we could have gone with a complete setup. But it's spending the extra little bit of extra money. It's 15 quid more to get the complete fret level and dress. So I understand why he's going for it. But Chris has insisted he wants the whole fretboard levelling, he wants it all levelling, wants them all recrowning and polishing, which is great for me. All being well, I've ordered some polishing rubbers, some fret rubbers from Crimson Guitars, and they should be here tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be. If not, if we arrive Monday, so what, we arrive Monday. He says he didn't want the guitar back till next Wednesday. I told him, but if he could at a push pick it up Tuesday. I says, yeah, we'll be fine for Tuesday. So regardless of anything, we're going to be fine for Tuesday anyway. If nothing else, if the fret rubbers don't come, I'm going to get the fret level done today. And if need be, I can do it all with paper and I can do it with sandpaper and wire wool. But you know, all being well, it'll all be here and we'll get it sorted. I'm just having a look at the guitar myself, having a look again. It's in really, the frets are in pretty poor condition. I mean, like I said, I'm going to polish the frets, but I think what I'm going to do is, now I know I've got my neck straight and level, I'm going to tape everything up. I'm going to get everything taped up so I don't make any mess, because it's a nice, I don't know if it's fretboard's ebony. It might be ebony, it's quite dark, and I don't want to get any filings in there from the wire wool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all taped up, and I'm going to come back to you in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes when that's all done, and we'll take it from there. So we're back. As you can see, just zoom in a little, I've masked off the whole fretboard. We know we're level because we checked everything. We've got the dial zeroed out. The thing is, now we've got the tape on, we can no longer trust the notched straight edge because of different heights of different tape. So that's redundant for now. It's the reason we have these dials. If we get any movement anywhere, we know the neck has moved. So we're always going to keep his eye on these dials. It's going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to whiz across some steel wool, just take the tarnishing off all of these frets. We know the level, and once I check them and I get to ones where they're extremely high, I'm going to mark them all off different colours. If they don't need touching, they're all going to get black marker. If they're high, they're going to get red, and where they're high on the fret itself determines where the red marker goes. And what I'm going to do is, rather than skim the whole lot with the bar, I've got a really sharp number 5 file here. It's very fine edged. Very, very sharp. What I'm going to do is, where the frets need the most material removing, I'm going to remove it with this until we get just a little bit high. Then I'm going to go across with the levelling beam and level the whole lot in relation to each other. Basically, because the neck's perfectly straight, we're going to get all of the frets perfectly level with each other. Once that's done, we can go back, get them all recrowned and start getting them polished. Pretty straightforward job for me, as long as we keep these dials in the region 0, 0. Sure, you can see that they can't get in much closer, I don't think. That's as close as you can go. Take my word for it, we're at 0. We've got the guitar all safely strapped in. This table never moves, it's not going to move. We've got the table clamped so it can't move. Everything's all clamped up on here, where we use pads between the strap and the guitar so we don't mark the guitar. You can see I've dropped the pickups right into the recess and we've taped over. So when I go over with a, just pretend this is my sanding bar. We're not going to hit anything, you see. We're well above the pickups, so we're not going to hit anything. It's where we're going to be. Same at this end, anything we might hit, which we can't, we're so much higher. That's why on this I've actually left the tuners on. Normally I remove the tuners, like on my Kramer for instance, I had to remove the tuners because they were above the height of the fretboard. So there you go, so we're all ready now to crack on with the job. Like I say, I'm going to just take the tarnishing off all the frets first, some steel wool, everywhere's taped up. You might ask, why do we tape up the last fret if there's no fret there? Thing is, we don't want any of these filings getting into any of the wood that's under the locking nut or under the last fret there. We don't want none of these filings anywhere because it's going to interfere with things in the long run. So doing it this way, getting everything taped up and covered, we're going to be absolutely fine. Normally I'd cover this area as well. I might cover this area. I don't think I'm going to have to touch any. If I have to touch any of these frets with a file, I'll get some blue tape on this. This is low tack blue tape made by 3M. It's what Nigel Roberts from LeicesterShireLuthiery.co.uk recommended to me. He says, when you're doing body work, get some layers of this on in case you ding it. Because I did ding a guitar once and it cost me a few bob to get it repaired proper at Nigel's. So we'll do that. It's on a case-by-case sort of basis we do that. So that's it. Rather than babble on, I'm going to crack on with the job, and once it's all done, I'll come back to you and we'll show you what's what. Right, back again slightly. One of these jobs where sometimes the customer probably knows a little bit more than the so-called expert, being me on this occasion. And like I said earlier, on first inspection it doesn't look like it needs a fret level, but kudos to the owner Chris here, it absolutely does, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to bring the camera over. There's something I didn't see here, because the frets were that tarnished you didn't see the indentations in the lower frets, but yeah, just at the right time. I mean, there's no big indentations in there, but it's just started. So I'm going to bring the camera over and we're just going to have a little look, a little closer inspection of the guitar, and we can see where we're at. So let's whiz over. A couple of things I've done here. I've gone with some heavy duty, some 000 wire wool, just to take the main off these frets. But if you look here, I don't know if you can see in this light, let's try and get round here, but if you look round here you can see where the grooves are in these frets, all of them. Now I've left these 3 at this end so far just to show you how much tarnishing there is on them. But can you see on these frets here, coming round here, there's just there, look, here, where every string sits, it's just starting to wear. All these frets up here, just starting enough to wear. And it's a great thing that he's bought the guitar now, because we can level all these off without taking too much material off. Get them all level, get them all re-crowned, and the neck's going to be in fine fettle for a good few years yet. Now I don't know what fret wire's on there, don't know how old it is, don't know if it's stainless or what, if it's stainless tough. I haven't quoted anymore if it is stainless, which normally I would do, but you know, I'm not bothered. He's bought it in fine fettle. The dials are still zeroed out, by the way. I didn't show you that, I could just zoom in just a little. We're still at 0 here. So the neck has not moved at all, even though I've polished a good 21 frets here. So we're going to get these done, not polished, just took the scum off there, the tarnish in. What we're going to do is we're going to finish these last 3. I've stopped in a minute because my arm's aching. I've got some coarse wire wool. This is 000 rather than what I normally use for polishing it, it's 000. What I'm doing this is just taking off the crap on the top, and then I'm going to go either side just to bring it off these edges inside. So I've got it all taped up. We don't want to put any of this on the fingerboard, even though the fingerboard's going to need a clean. So a good thing about this, get a bar on there, get a sanding bar, and we're going to go across, basically we're going to skim across all 24 frets and just take, we'll probably take a 20th of an inch off, not even that, probably even a 20th of a millimetre off there. Even if we took a 10th off, it'd be no great shakes. So between a 20th and a 10th of a millimetre off top of all these frets. And I'm going to blob on with it now. I'm going to get it all marked up, ready to find out which ones need sanding the most, and I'm going to crack on. Back ever so briefly, took quite a bit of material off some of the frets. So the worst of them were around this area and this area. Took quite a bit of material off a few of these and a few of these. What I've done now, if you can see from there, is zoom in. Topped all the frets with black marker, because the frets are all virtually level now, and all we're going to do is we're going to whiz across with the beam. Going to go with some 200 grit, which is going to basically, all we're doing looking now is just removing the ink. If the ink comes off all of these frets, which it should do because it's virtually level, and we just want to touch all the frets, and once that's done we're going to move over to the 400 grit side and move over to 400 grit side, and we're just going to smooth them off. I mean, looking at this, we're moving ink on every fret. These are just about level. What we tend to do is we follow the line. So what we do is we take this right to the edge of the guitar, both sides. So we're following up the edge. So I've got my hands behind it on the neck itself, using it as a guide. And it means I'm following the correct line. It's going to keep the radius, and I do the same here. I can do it with my thumbs. And we're going to follow that line. basically we've removed the ink from all of the frets already. There's a little bit over here, so we just need to come a little bit lower up this top end. I'm going to turn the leveling beam round and we're just going to go up the centre. And that's it, we've removed material everywhere, so we know we've got the frets level. We've removed ink everywhere. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go across again with the black pen when I find it. Here it is. And I'm going to go on the coarser side, the finer side, which is 400 grit. Don't know what you can see from me. I'll zoom in. So we've removed the ink. It means all the frets are now level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the finer grit side. Blah 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 blah. You don't need to see all this. I'm going to mark them all in pen again. Going to go across on the 400 grit side with finer grit, and once that's done, we'll get on with the crowning and the polishing. Right, job done. Been across with the fine side, 400 grit. We've removed material everywhere, so I guarantee if we go across now with the fret rocker, we won't have any high frets anywhere. We're going to be level everywhere. I'm going to bring my camera in a second just to show you how we flatten the frets. Quick check here, but I know these are going to be fine. Done this job that many times. There you go, no fret rock anywhere. We'll bring the camera in, just show you, a quick show. Basically what we've done now is we've flattened all the frets. I've got to zoom out with the camera. We've flattened all the frets. Now all we've got to do now, we've got to re-crown them and we've got to polish them. I'm going to bring the camera in. Just give you a quick glimpse. There you go, and you can see the frets. Every one has had material removed now. We've got a flat shiny bit on every single fret. It means all the frets are perfectly level. Blah blah blah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a crown back in. Where they're flat on top, we're going to put that arc back over it, and then we can get them polished. This is where the nitty gritty happens. It's where all the real work begins. This is a long-winded affair. These frets, I don't know if these frets are stainless steel, but they're quite hard. Certainly harder than 12% nickel silver, so they could be stainless. I don't know. I've never worked with stainless, so I don't know. Something I've always tried to avoid, but you know, needs must and all that. So there we go. We'll bang that back on the camera back. I'm going to crack on now with the re-crowning and the polishing, and that's really going to be it. So back soon. Right, good morning. Back with the ESP and the fret leveling, which is going really well. But a couple of things to talk about. I had a bit of a disappointment being I ordered some polishing rubbers from Crimson Guitars Thursday, Wednesday, and they're supposed to have been here by today and they've not arrived, so sort of holding me back a bit on this job. So like, as you can see, it's still on my jig. We're still zeroed out, even though being zeroed out now that is no longer important anymore, because we knew the neck was level when we levelled the frets, so then we levelled the frets with them all being level. So now if there's any movement anyway, it makes no difference whatsoever. I'm going to come in, I've done, all the frets are complete. I've re-crowned them, polished them as much as I can. Now this is why I wanted the fret rubbers here, because I could finish them up, because I've got 400 grit, 600 grit, 1000 grit, 1200 grit coming, or those kind of grits, all different grades. You know, and it would have been perfect. Now it looks like I'm going to have to go with sandpaper, which, though in itself it's the way I've always done it, it's really long-winded. It's like 2 or 3 hours working that, and with the rubbers I could have done it in round about an hour. So I might wait till Monday. I'm going to explain what I have done though while we're in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and there you go. I think we're about right there. There you go. You can see enough. All these first 13 frets, first 12 frets, sorry, are done, because they've all been crowned. I used, in the end, I used my crowning file, and I used my other crowning file. This is a grooved file which takes off the edges, it leaves the top. This is one I do this by hand. You know, it's got ground edges, I've shown you all this before. And I do it by hand with this, and I start off with this and I finish off with this, and it gives the crown back on the top of a fret there, which is done. And I've got a polish basically with a bit of a coarse, bit more of a coarse wire wool. Now, I'll go in, I've got a big magnifying glass here, and I can go over and I can have a look and I can see how very nicely polished these are. But I still reckon I can get all them lines out. There's some lines going slightly across that way. I'm happy with the crowns. We've got about 3/4, half to 3/4 of a mil of flat across the top, then when it's all domed everywhere. Now these look actually really, really good through this. But I'm going to bring the camera in, and I'm going to show you where we've gone up to and why we've gone up to that. So if I do zoom out a second, bear with. I'm going to come in front of the camera, just move it round. Just bear with me a minute. And I'm going to get on to the intricate part now, the difficult bit. If you see, there we go. I've done up to here. Now these frets, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got half done. There's 12 there to do. The reason I've left these is it's going to be more difficult to do because we've got the guitar body there. So you'll see I've gone with 3M Scotch tape, low tack tape. It won't rip the paint off. Scotch gear, really good gear. I've just finished that roll, but I've got another roll over there. I've covered all the parts of the body where I'm likely, if I do slip with a file, I may hit the body there. Now, I'm not. The thing is, don't worry, I'm not going to slip, and I don't slip. But I've taped up all the insides everywhere. It's just for protection, really. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tend to use this more on this area, because then I'm not going to be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come from this way. So I'm going to unclamp the guitar from the bench, and I'm going to do it from this side. So I'm going to turn the guitar around. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to use this as much as I can. I'm going to use this the most, and we'll get a really good crown on there, and a little polish, and we'll get ready. We'll leave all this tape on ready for finishing the polishing. So I just wanted you to see when we're on these threats. I think you can see better there. So I've gone across the top in pen, in thick marker pen, and what we're looking to do is just leave a bead right down the centre there, 1/2 mil bead. You know, then we can come over with this and we take a little bit more of the edge off, and that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the guitar around, basically 180 degrees, so I can get at it from this side, because with less guitar here I've got more space to actually work. You know, it's going to be a lot better to work from that side than it is this side. So that's what I'm going to get on with, and I'm going to blob on with it, get it all done, and I'll come back and give you another update later. Right, don't be alarmed, this is another angle. I'm going to attempt to do something I've never done before, and that is, I'm going to show you why we turn the guitar around and how much difference it is to do frets from this end. I've already started this one, and I've used just this file. I've used just my crowning file. The reason we want less area in front of his ear, this place, is because we can get the file in. Now if you look, the handle of this blade, of this file, inhibits where we can go and what angle we can do it at. So what I tend to do is I do it ever so slightly, you see, and I do it in half. So I do half a fret from that side, then I come this side. And what I'm doing is I'm leaning the file over as I come in, and we want a thin bead down here, down the centre of this marker pen. So with these ones you have to be a little bit careful, and we're just bringing it in and bringing it over. It's a bit difficult from this side, but it's not impossible. And you see we're leaning it in again, we're bringing it in. I just wanted to show how we do this. We don't want to slip, we're not knocking anything, and then I can come back this side and I can still come across, and you see I'm just leaning that file over. And we're not going into the body or anything. I'm going to do the same again this side, nice and slight. So we have to take us time with these. And you see we're not touching the body, and we're leaning it virtually. And there you go. Now, we've got quite a thick bead there. I'd like to have got that a little bit thinner, but because we can't really get in that much. We're going to go see how we can do, because I want under 1 millimetre there. We're not taking the tops off, and there you go. I can absolutely work with that. Now we've got, it's about 1 millimetre wide, that bead down the centre. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to come across with this. This is a jumbo size one, and all we're going to do is we're going to reshape the top of that fret. We're taking off the tiniest bit there, because that's just shaping the top of the fret there. You can see where we are with that. Can I get low enough? You can see how that's working. And we're just going to go across just a few times, nice and gentle. But we are cutting into the fret there. Now can you see? We've got a lovely thin bead of pen down there. We're just over 0.5 millimetre on that side. I'm just going to try and get into that side a little bit more. But you can see we're not harming the guitar, we're not going into the body. This is putting that crown back in. We're good there. I will just run across again with this file, just if there's any burrs on there, which I doubt there will be, just to take anything off. So you see, I have to be a little bit more careful when it comes to these, because I've got the body in the way both sides. I don't want to be dabbing into the body anywhere. I actually did it once on a client's guitar, dabbed into the body. It cost me 170 quid to get it resprayed and painted and fixed out of my own money. And I don't want that happening anymore, so I thank Nigel Roberts for this tip with this 3M tape below tack. And that's it. But you see how long it takes to do one fret. Now that what's going to happen there is we've got to take that off with some wire wool, then we've got to polish this with 4 different grades of either sandpaper. If I was doing sandpaper, I'd go with 1000, I'd go about 800, 1000, 1200, 1500, 2000 grits. If I'm using rubbers, I'm going to use 400, 600, 1000, 1200 grits. My rubbers will probably arrive Monday. If they do, I'm laughing, because he wants a guitar back Tuesday. If we don't arrive till Tuesday, it's probably going to have to wait till Wednesday. Or I use sandpaper. So sandpaper is just really, really long-winded. Anyway, you've seen how long it's taken to do that fret. I've got another 11 to do, so I'm going to crack on with them, and that's going to be it. It's going to be it for now. I'll come back in a bit with an update. Right, good morning. It's Monday morning now. I've gone all weekend. I didn't work yesterday at all. I did a bit more on this Saturday. I had the 12 frets to recrown here at this end, which took me more time because I've obviously got the body. I didn't want to put any dings in, which I haven't put any dings in, obviously. But I've had them crowned. I've finished them off this morning. So all the frets now have been levelled and recrowned. They're all ready now for final polishing. I've given them a bit of a polish, as much as I can. But I'm waiting on the postman coming this morning with the new polishing rubbers I've got from Crimson Guitars. If they don't come today, I'll do it the old way. I'll do it with various grits of sandpaper going up from 800, 1000, 1200, 1500, 2000. It'll probably take a bit longer, it'll take a couple of hours, but we'll still get it done. The guitar is done, the neck's still straight, it's still zeroed out, which is quite amazing because there's been a bit of movement here and there, but we've got it back where it was. That's not important anyway, because we knew we'd got it straight. I've been across this morning, checked the frets again, knowing it's all clamped up perfectly straight. Been across with a fret rocker. There was, just above the 12 fret area, or around the 12 fret area, there's 2 or 3 needed a little bit taking off on the top E side, the IE side. So I've been across with my number 4 file, really sharp one, this one, beautiful. Took a tiny bit off the top, recrowned them again with my crowning file, and blah blah blah, and there were one down here around about this area. Still all taped up nice, waiting for final polishing. So that's it, the frets are absolutely level. It should play like it's been plecked when it's done. Frets absolutely level, all recrowned. We just need to get final polishing now. I mean, I'd get away with this as it is, but we want a high polish on there. We want them beautiful and smooth across, so when we're bending strings we're going to be absolutely fine. And that's it, I'm going to get that done when the rubbers arrive. If we don't arrive, postman comes in to arrive, like I said, I'll do it with sandpaper. It can be done today. I'm going to get this all done, and I'm going to get it ready for stringing up, or I might just string it up anyway, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to film all that because we know how that goes. And I'll give you an update, a final update on this later. I'm imagining this video is going to be one long video. It's going to be about 30-minute long, so let's have prattle. the more chance I've got of making that 30-minute deadline there. So that's it. I'll come back with an update later. And there we are, made great strides. I'm not going to faff about, straight onto it. There's the frets, all levelled, recrowned and polished. I don't know what you can see, I'm going to bring it a bit close in. Can you see that? A bit of light from the outside window there. They're absolutely beautiful. Take my word for it, they're all completely level, they're all recrowned, they're all highly polished, up to 2000 grit. They're actually done. All I've got to do now is, the fingerboard has not been cleaned. I'm going to put some lemon oil, I'm going to put some mineral oil on the fingerboard. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, give that a wipe over. And then we're going to put the Floyd Rose back on. We're going to put the locking nut back on. We're going to get the strings on, get it all strung up, put the pickups back to height. I just want to show you the body here, so we've got no scratches or dings anywhere. If you find one, I'll be amazed. If you find one, I'll give you another one free. That's it. The guitar just needs the strings putting on, needs setting up, needs the pickups doing. So lovely job there. Like I say, I'm going to clean the fingerboard because it's got a bit of finger grime on there. I don't know when last time that was done. Looking at how bad the frets were and how dirty the frets were, it could be a while, but I know this guitar's been in storage a while, so I know Chris wants to get back to playing this, so I'm going to get this finished off. If not tonight, it's Monday night. It's about, what time it is? It's about just gone 5. I'm out tonight. I'm back off up to church tonight. I've got some stuff to do up there, so I'm there all night. So I'll probably finish this off in the morning now. I've done a couple of 3 guitars today. That's the ESP Standard Series Camo, whatever guitar it is. Frets done. Just needs setting up. Cracking job. Beautiful. Back later. Right, morning. Tuesday. Summer. 7th of 7th, is it? 6th, 7th, 8th of March. That's it. All done. This is the ESP belonging to Chris from Incinery. All done. Like I say, did the setup, just done the setup this morning. I'm going to show you the frets. It's at a complete fret level. Don't know what you're going to see from here. All beautiful shiny, all levelled, all recrowned. Reset the neck, straighten that tiniest bit of relief in there. Probably a 10,000ths of an inch relief just under these frets. So virtually a straight neck. I've not really altered the pickup. Well, there's a pickup I've just got to alter a little bit there. The tremolo is absolutely level. Brilliant. So I've set the trem up, set the fine tuners all about halfway. It's all locked up, ready to go. Yeah, the screw missing back of there. I found a screw, spare screw, so I put a screw in there. Get a real good set up. How about this plugged in this morning? Whoa, sounds absolutely beautiful. Now, things I love these pickups anyway. Seymour Duncan Blackouts AH1s, I imagine. I've got the same pickups in my Edwards Explorer. Beautiful pickups. I've got no favourite, no preference over EMGs or Seymour Duncan Actives, or even for that matter ESP Actives, which I really love. So I like them all. I think they're all suitable. People saying, oh, these are better than them. You know what? It makes a difference. What guitar they're in, what amp you're using, what strings you're using, it all makes a bit of a difference. You can't say one's better than the other. They're all good. You know, that's it. So that's it. This guitar, I still don't know what model it is. It's got an SS serial number on the back, SS0527, blah 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 blah, and some more digits. ESP Standard Series Camo Neck Through. It's probably got a real fancy name. I've got no. I've even been on Google and had a look, see if I find out what it is. I'm not interested in what guitar it is. All I know is it's a nice guitar. It's just a nice guitar with a pickups, a Floyd Rose tremolo, DiMarzio locking strap. You know. You don't put locking, well, everyone uses locking strap, I know, but the thing is, I know it's a good guitar, that's a nice guitar. I don't know if it's Japanese or American or what, absolutely no idea. What I do know is, plays absolutely mint, plays brilliant. Had a real good twang on this morning through my Yamaha THR-10X, my high gain little amp there, absolutely wonderful. I can't really fault this guitar at all. Condition's brilliant. Get it a bit of a clean, blah blah blah. It's fantastic. It's virtually, I mean, it's virtually new. There's no scratches on it. There's a little tiny, there's some of the tiniest scratches on the back there. Bit on the cover plate. But I tell you what, this guitar is in amazing condition. There are no chips that I can see. It's just in brilliant condition. So there you go. Maybe you can comment on the thing, tell me what guitar it is. Maybe I'll go and Google it. I don't know, I might go and Google it because I need to Google it for the label for the video. I'm going to get this video all re-encoded, get it all glued together, because it's in 11 parts this is. I imagine it's going to be about 35 minutes long. I don't edit my videos, I just get all the bits I've done in order, I glue them all together and I just bang it out. So that's it, 35-minute video. Job, it'll take me 3 hours to get the video sorted out, get it uploaded, but there you go. So that's it, another one out of the way. I've got more work to be getting on with today, so I'm going to, rather than babble rubbish just here and now, I'm going to get on with the other work. That's another one wrapped up. Beautiful guitar, ESP Standard Series, Camo, Super Strat, brilliant guitar, all done. So I'm going to crack on with the next projects, and till I see you again, be good to each other. Always be good to each other. That's it. See you later.